What's good, team? Welcome back to What is Profitability. We're at episode 5 already, which is knowing when not to trade. All right. And I need to talk to you guys about something that cost me probably thousands of dollars before I even got it right. And that's exactly what the title is, knowing when not to trade. Right? Everyone wants to know when to get in, how to snipe the perfect entry, what strategy is the best. But real profitability, it comes when you learn how to wait, how to do nothing, and how to actually be okay with that, right? Because here's what most people don't realize: the trade you don't take is often the one that saves your account. Because you're just staring at a chart, you're itching to press a button. It's not your setup, it's not your model, but you tell yourself, maybe I'll just scale in early, or it might go without me, or blah blah blah, right? Boom, you're caught. That's not trading, guys. That's impatience in disguise. Okay? You guys don't realize how big of an effect this can have. Take a week of 5 days, right? 5 trading days. Imagine you don't trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have great trade, you take a loss on Thursday, and Friday you don't trade. That's a winning week. Now, imagine that same week, but Monday you took a trade and it was a loss. Your week start because and that was not a good trade you took. Good trades, that's fine, you're losing, but that was a bad trade you took on Monday. Already your week starts off weak. Oh, I hit the mic. Your week starts off very, very bad, and then the rest of the week it can reflect on it. Why? Because A, your P&L is going to be lower, obviously, but B, your mental is going to be hit by it. Okay, even if you don't want it to, it will be hit by it because you're going to regret it, and that can create even more FOMO and create even more problems in the long run. So a trade that you don't take is might actually save you money in the long run, not just on the trade that you didn't take, but overall, right? I remember this one time. That was actually not that long ago. I even sent a message out to the Discord, but basically Nasdaq was chopping all morning. I had no real good bias. Nothing was clean. I sat down at the desk and I was like, I need to take a trade today. And why was that? I'll tell you guys. I'll say it again. I said it multiple times. I got screwed over by Apex, and I was just feeling like, damn it, I need to get myself another funded account. Like the past 2 weeks have been for nothing. So I forced along. I got stopped out. I got not pissed, but I was like, damn it. I took another entry, same bias. The setup was not good. I got stopped out again. And I ended up getting stopped out twice that day with no conviction, no real models. And I wiped out like 2 days of green sessions in one day. Now, why? Because I was sizing heavy as well, right? Because I wanted to pass quickly. And passing quickly is fine, once again, but you need to know when to sit on your hands and you need to know when to take a trade. And that was the day that, or not the day that I realized that way, way back, but that day I thought to myself, the market doesn't really punish you for being wrong, it just punishes you for being undisciplined, right? And truth is, I have been disciplined for the past like 3 years, but and my first 3 years was terrible, but the last 3 years were great. But that day, I kind of fell back into the old habits, right? And I realized that very, very quickly. Thankfully, I only wiped out 2 days of sessions unfunded, so whatever, who cares? But still, I was really, really mad at myself. Now, the whole series is about what profitability actually is. And honestly, this episode might be the most important one yet, by the way, because profitability is not about more trades. It's really about better decisions, kind of thing. And sometimes the best decision is to just do nothing. Let me give you guys a little checklist I used. I wrote it down over here. And these are 5 kind of like signs that I personally use. And if one is flashing red, guys, walk away from the screen, okay? So we might want to write these down, save this checklist, use it daily. It will save you more money than any strategy will, okay? So 1, do I have a clear higher time frame bias? If you don't, walk away. 2, is my setup forming or is it choppy and sloppy? Walk away if it is. The market feels slow, choppy, or news driven. Or does the market feel slow, choppy, or news driven? If it does, walk away. Am I mentally sharp today? Am I tired or am I tilted? If any of these are yes, walk away. Have I already taken a winning trade today or have I hit my risk for the day? If any of these hit, walk away from the screen, guys. Please do me a favor. Save your accounts, okay? By the way, guys, if any of this is hitting home, if you've ever traded and you just felt like you had to trade, drop a lock in the comment, lock in your patience. Remember that, because this is where you flip the switch. This video is where the switch in your head will flip. All right. You ever notice how trading feels the most tempting when you shouldn't be trading at all, right? That's your brain, guys. That's FOMO, which is fear of missing out. That's dopamine. That's ego. That's whatever. You want to prove something to the market, to yourself, to people, just to whatever, right? When you have nothing to prove realistically, it's just you and the screen. But that's how you blow funded accounts. That's how you blow live accounts, and that's how you blow your chance at making money in this shit, right? That's how you go from break even to red to deep red to deeper red. And good traders, they know when to enter, right? But great traders, they know when to wait for it. Okay, now let that one sink in. It's very, very important. Let me tell you guys another story here, okay? This is the week that kind of changed the way I thought a little bit. That was 3 years ago, and the market was dead for like 2 days straight. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm trying to remember. It's very, very vague, but I remember Monday and Tuesday there was nothing, and I sat on my hands, no bias, no setup. I was kind of tempted, but I still sat on my hands. Again, that was 3 years ago. I was a little less experienced back then. Old me from like 4 years ago would have forced something just to feel productive, but I still sat out. And then came Thursday, right? Wednesday, I remember I took a small trade and it was fine. I made like 0.5 R. It was okay, right? Market was clean as hell on Thursday, okay? Easiest money I've ever gotten. Liquidity got swept and AMD happened. I struck once, full conviction, and I hit a 2.8 R trade. That flipped the week green, and it was one of my best week off one trade. Remember, when I take 4 trades a week, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you can end the week with 1R, 1.5 R, minus 1 R, whatever, 2 R, 3 R, but off of one trade, I was up 2.8 R plus the one from before. So my week was up 3.4 R off one, let's say 1.5 trade, but off of only 2 trading days. And we were Thursday. Not trading made that week possible. And then Friday I sat out. And that was a great week. A 3.4 R week is a great week, right? When you really understand this game is when you kind of stop chasing the setups and you stop needing to be in something all the time, and you can realize that cash is also a position, right? Not trading is still trading. It's just called being disciplined. That makes any sense. As a quick recap, if you guys want to become profitable, you need to start filtering the bad days out, and you can use the checklist. I'll say it again. High time frame bias. Is your setup forming? Is the market clean and active? Are you mentally ready, and are you within your session risk limits? Miss any of those and you sit out. That's the edge right there, right? Listen now. The difference between amateur traders and professionals isn't how they enter, it's how they wait, right? The amateur traders, because they feel like they have to, and the pro trades when everything lines up and waits the rest of the time without guilt. Okay, so if you want to win, trade less, wait more, and remember, the trader who waits is the one who gets paid. Okay. You are paid for your decision, not hourly or by the year or whatever, like a normal job. So if this helped you guys, share with someone else who you think is over trading. Get ready for episode 6. We're diving into journaling and feedback loops because sitting out is powerful, but you know why, or but knowing why you sat out, that's the upgrade, right? You guys can always go study your journal. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself though. I already have filmed like 5 or 6 extra videos because I will be in Costa Rica for the next 2 weeks. But the videos will still come out as normal. They're already filmed and ready to go. They're already programmed to release. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and